Welcome to our panel discussion where we explore the complex question of how much responsibility communities should bear in responding to dealing with various situations in our modern society. We have our group members, myself, Bhavna.
Hi, I'm Preeti.
Hi, I'm Siri, and today I'll be discussing about emergency and disaster situation. Communities are critical as far as preparedness, response, and recovery are concerned. During such disaster, local organizations, schools, and neighbors are very quick compared to formal institutions. Creating resilience in community makes sure that individuals do not live in solitude or abandoned. I'm gonna talk about barriers and benefits in emergency and disaster situation. Barriers, restricted research and preparation. This is because a lot of communities do not have funds, emergency structure, or trained individual to handle emergencies. Coordination difficulties. There may be difficulties regarding to coordination between community organization and government agencies, and this may delay responses. Benefits, quicker community action. Communities are usually the ones that act first before official system shows up, enhancing the expediency of relieving and any types of assistance. Education or preparedness. The community involvement ensures that there are efforts to make the population prepared and maintain awareness of disaster, as well as the carry out of local education and planning regarding them. Public health and medical care. Medical care and public health are community concern. The community-wide vaccination program, mental health, and health education campaigns are based on the trust of the citizen and their involvement. I'm gonna talk about barriers and benefits. Health and literacy gaps. The lack of knowledge about health problems among certain group of people may restrict the opportunity to involve prevention work. Access inequalities. Barriers in accessing the healthcare services can be experienced in rural and remote areas as well as economically disadvantaged population. Benefits, trust, and engagement. The building of trust through the local leadership and culturally relevant services enhance, such as participation in initiative of public health, preventive care, mass awareness programs offer the proactive approach and protect lifestyles and diseases and early interventions.
That's nice, cheering. I have a question for you. Even though local communities are getting involved to deal with health and emergency situations, we still see there is a lack of resources and lack of health knowledge. How can we fix this issue so that the community are more prepared in the future disasters?
That's a great question, and we have seen the answers in real life through both COVID-19 pandemic and Australian bushfires. To improve future responses, we need to invest in community training, better communication, and strong partnership between local groups and official agencies. One big solution was using community leaders to share COVID information in different languages through radio, social media, and local events.
That's great, cheering. I got a chance to learn something new today. Moving forward, I'll be sharing my views on family violence, divorce, and separation and trauma. As people are born in this community, they live their lives within it and ultimately leave it behind. They share a lifelong duty to nurture a culture where every person, especially when it comes to young children, they should feel safe, respected, and supported in terms of family violence, divorce, or trauma. This deep connection makes community responsibility more than just a concept, and it becomes a commitment to care for one another during hardship. According to Lucas K 2025, community responsibility not only includes families but also educators, childcare services, school neighbors, and the wide community. It involves working together to protect people who are at risk, support those who are in need, and challenge harmful behaviors and attitudes. Communities can also support families who are facing violence, divorce, and separation by providing safe and secure housing, crisis helplines, and parenting support programs. This responsibility must be especially focused on children who are vulnerable during such experiences. When adults provide safe, respectful, positive, and nurturing environment for children, then they are more likely to feel secure, build confidence, and form trusting relationship with others. An educator also plays a huge role in child's life by recognizing signs of trauma, offering emotional support, and teaching them the norms and values such as empathy, kindness, fairness, respect, and inclusion. This kind of early relation helps children to understand the world around them and more possibility to stop the cycle of violence from continuing. Being a responsible community also means speaking up and challenging harmful ideas. For example, believing domestic violence and abuse is a private matter or that certain behaviors should be tolerated. Moreover, forming a culture where each person feels safe to seek help and speak out whenever needed sends a very powerful message. However, there are also barriers like lack of access to service, social stigma, cultural beliefs, and the myth that these problems will be stay private still exist. Overcoming these challenges involves strong collaboration, education, and a shared commitment to the well-being of every child and families.
Thank you, Preeti. I'll be asking you a question. How can we as educators help children and families in our community when they go through hard times like violence, divorce, or trauma?
Well, I think it starts with being there for each other, offering a listening ear, checking in on families and making sure there are places they can go for help like support services or schools that care. Childcare centers play a crucial role too. As an educator, I personally think we notice the child acting different, can gently ask how they are doing or connect the family to support services, create a safe and caring environment for children, especially when they are going through things like family violence or divorce.
Thank you, Preeti, for your insightful views about divorce, trauma, separation, and violence. I'll be discussing about work arrangements and intergenerational care. The responsibility of communities in intergenerational care. Communities have a very important role in creating spaces, providing programs, initiatives to strengthen the connectedness between different age groups. For example, Generations United 2009 highlights successful shared site programs where early childhood education centers are co-located with aged care facilities where the children and elderly are provided with activities such as art and craft, storytelling, and gardening. Such experiences build empathy and emotional intelligence between the age groups. Communities cannot bear the responsibilities alone. The families in Australia's survey found that 2 in 5 grandparents provide childcare. The level of care is typically casual and influenced by health, proximity, and availability. The reliance on communities to offer all these goodwill solely may seem unsustainable because they depend on limited funding, lack of expertise, and resources. To offer health, safety, and regulatory standard care, communities need the support of government for funding, subsidies, and regulations. From families, as they better understand their members' needs and values. From individuals to participate in volunteer work. Workplace arrangements. Employees play a key role when it comes to managing workplace arrangements for its workers. Employees arrange flexible workplace arrangements for its employees who juggle with work and caregiving responsibilities such as remote work, adjustable hours. Under Australia's Fair Work Act, eligible employees have the right to request flexible working arrangements. Recent amendments have strengthened employees' obligations to genuinely consider these requests and offer suitable alternatives where possible. Overall, when looking at work arrangement situations, employer and government plays a crucial role in accommodating the needs of an individual. Responsibility of communities. Communities can provide services such as advocacy and awareness, support networks, and promoting inclusive employment.
So, Bhavna, as an educator, what role can educators in childcare play in fostering connection between children and older generations?
I believe as an educator, we organize activities like storytelling, arts, or gardening projects that includes visits from grandparents or local seniors, helping children build empathy and learn from older community members more on an Aboriginal perspective, inviting the elders to participate in Nairobi Week or hosting Grandparents' Day at the center. And that concludes our panel discussion for today. Thank you for listening.
Thank
Thank you.
you.